My name is Julia Sarmiento. I work in the tenant services and eviction prevention program at LPC. So today we're going to be talking about all of the programs that LPC has and all of the offices that we have. We have around 5 offices altogether. One of them is in Puerto Rico. If anybody wants to come and visit us over there, I'll be glad to have you. So today we're going to be talking about maybe a little introduction. My name is Julia Sarmiento and my co-worker.
My name is Maria Correa.
Okay, so I'm just going to do the introduction. So this is a little bit about us. We have been around since 1991. LPC started when the riot was happening in Washington, D.C. when there was a Hispanic killed among the police officers. There was a small group of people that decided we needed to do something about the Hispanic community. So that's how LPC started. It was very, very small. First, it was just business. The housing department didn't exist. This is just a little bit about our program. We have done all locations. Washington, D.C. is our headquarters. We have office in Wheaton. Actually, we are moving now. We're going to be moving over to White Oak, which is on the border of Prince County. Our goal is over, hopefully in the future, we'll be able to also cover Prince George County. We have the office here in Baltimore City. We have Arlington. And we have in Puerto Rico. So those are our offices. In the center, we have all of the programs that are covered by the small business and lending. So we do have a whole bunch of programs that throughout the years have been growing up. So that's just some of the business advice, credit building. The credit program is covered by both the business and the housing, which I will go over a little bit. And then we have the housing, the affordable housing preservation program, the home ownership and the preservation program. We have also the tenant organizers in Washington, D.C., where my co-workers basically organize tenants over there to buy their own building. So they own a piece of that building. So I'm going to hand it over to Maria, so she will be talking about this business. Thank you.
The small business program at LPC focuses in different areas. These are some of the key partners. So we offer different business loans for small and large businesses. The main focus is just to get them a little bit of seed money. With the lending, these are some of the options that we have for seed. We have specifically programs for women and other businesses. With the Empower Women International Most Business Loan, it goes from 500 to 25. These are the requirements. The most important thing is that it's 0 interest. And for the requirements, a lot of them they require a lot of information. And this is just to empower women to start and create their own businesses. I'm going to pass it to Julia.
Okay, so like I was talking, I was saying, we do have a program that can help people fix up their credit or establish credit. So one of those programs is the credit building. So you can get from 500 up to 2,500, and they have 0 interest, so that they will have to pay back that. The good thing about this program is that it's being reported into the credit bureaus, Equifax, Experience, and TransUnion, and that's how the person builds up their credit. We have been able to use this program for people who want to become homeowners and they don't have any credit at the beginning, so they're in this program for a couple of months, for a year, or a year and a half, and by the end, they have been able to not only fix up their credit, but also save to buy a house. So we have this program available. We have staff that will sit down with the person to go over their budget, to go over all of the expenses and the negative things that appear in their credit report, like any judgments, any collections. So we'll work with them in trying to fix these things up. All of our services, just to let you know, are free. We do not charge for the counseling. What we do charge is for the credit report. We use a company to pull the credit reports. The credit report can be, I believe, is $32 for a single person and $52 or $60 for a married couple. So So that is a little bit about this program. It has been very, very successful. People have been able to take advantage. So, and we will going to have flyers if anybody has any questions.
As part of the services that we offer, we also provide technical assistance. So we have different coaches in all the offices that, through the process, even for loan or business starting, can help you out as a coach or mentor. With Empower Women International, this is the team: Alexander Boychek, Nicole Loni, Annette, and myself. Our mission is just to help women start their own business. We want women to feel comfortable starting their own business and pursuing that financial stability. We have 3 programs: the ETS, Empower Training for Success, and Entrepreneur Training for Success, Grow My Business, and Entrepreneur Support Services. The ETS is our most common program. It's a cohort for 3 months. And for that one, we are actually recruiting for the Baltimore City area. We're gonna start doing interviews in a few more weeks. So if you have any women that you feel like is interested in starting their own business, please send an email to Alexandra or myself, because we're trying to get women signed up for that one. For the women of Baltimore, they actually get a stipend of $1,000 to participate on this program. I'm gonna let you a little bit more know about that later. So through JP Morgan and Chase, we created Prioritizing Our Women Economic Rising. We call it Power. It's a 3-year initiative just to promote the financial sustainability for Latino and Black women in the Baltimore City area. Through this program, we partner with different organizations in the city. We got the Black Women Build, Buyback, Baltimore City Community Lending, Pretty Homes, BDC Building Trades, and the main focus is to attack these 4 resources: entrepreneurship education, access to capital, skill training, credit building, and financial capability. With entrepreneurship, this is provided by LPC. We have the intensive entrepreneurship, and that is part of the ETS program in Grow My Business. We got the one-on-one coaching, I'll be the coach, and then we got other programs specifically for women that are interested in becoming developers. Right now, we are developing a curriculum tailored to women that is in the business of being flipping houses or commercial real estate, so they can actually take advantage of the city resources to get some of the buildings that are right now in the city, and they can actually renovate them and do some profit out of it. Access to capital, we got the small business fund, the line of credit, and we also have a co-op catalytic grant. If you know 1 or 2 women that would like to get into business together, we're starting to promote their cooperatives. We have about $40,000 or more for each co-op that is starting right now in the Baltimore City area. Again, if you know any women or know any co-ops, please send it our way, because we have room for them to start their business or continue or expand it. For school training, through all the partnerships that are part of the Power Initiative, we're going to do computer foundation, building skills, apprenticeship, and real estate. The computer foundation is through Buyback, the building skills is through Black Women Build, the apprenticeship is to BDC Community Lending, and then the real estate development is to Pretty Homes. For credit building, this is offered by LABC. As my friend and co-worker here, Julia, explained, we just help them with some resources so they can start building that process either for their own businesses or for their own finances, so they can start thinking of acquiring homes and properties in the future. For more information about Power, this is the website. If you have any other information or are interested in the program, just let me know and I'll gladly explain more in details. I'm going to pass it on now to Julia.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the housing program that we have at LEDC. We have a couple of programs. One of them is to prepare people who want to become homeowners. We have classes. We have the orientation classes here in Baltimore that we offer the third Thursday of every month. We have some flyers that I put them on the table. they have the address for Wheaton, like I said, we do have an office here in Baltimore, and all of our classes are via Zoom. We're not doing any live classes yet. If you know anybody who wants to come, they can come to the orientation. And in the orientation, basically, we cover about what is it that you need in order to become a homeowner, whether you are prepared, you have the funds, you have the savings, you have the credit. And if you feel like in 2 hours you learn, okay, you know what, I need to do a little more homework, and before I start going into talking to a lender, then you can just wait, and then you can come back to the 6-hour class. Because that's the next class that we have for homeowners. We have a class that we offer on Friday and Saturday. Everything is via Zoom. They're totally free. None of our classes for homeownership, we don't charge anymore. So in those classes, we bring experts like a lender, a realtor, an inspector, a title agent that come and talk to the people about what is the step. It's like, what does it mean to have an inspection? What does it mean to do an appraisal of the property? So they learn about all of those steps. And very important, we talk about the credit, the budgeting, and the importance of having a finance once they become a homeowner and having emergency savings, which is something that a lot of people were able to have during the pandemic, and when they lost their jobs, they were able to support themselves because they have emergency savings. So here are some of the people who are involved in this. So if they want to register for any of our classes, they need to contact Fernando Martinez. He is the manager for the education program. That is his email, and also with him is Eric Lucedo. Like I said, I have a flyer in the table at the back if anybody wants to grab one, feel free. We also have a program in Virginia for people who want to buy homes in Virginia. We only help the northern part of Virginia. The person in charge of that is Karen Surface. That's our contact information. And for Baltimore City and Montgomery County and Washington, D.C. will be Fernando Martinez. The other program that we have is foreclosure prevention. In the last couple of months, we have gotten a lot of phone calls from people who are falling behind on their mortgage. And Maryland has a program, the Maryland Mortgage Program, that can help homeowners sustain their homes, apply if they have a homeowners association, if they have a condo fee, so that they can apply for that. We have a counsel who specializes in that. So we have this program that they call us, and this is the contact information. Karen Torrico, she basically covers Montgomery County, Prince County, and Baltimore City. If anybody's in Virginia or facing foreclosure, Karen Surface will be the person that can help them with that. And last but not least is the program that I'm in, the tenant service and eviction prevention. In this program, we do very similar things. We work with tenants and landlords. And trying to get the landlords here in Baltimore City, we know that they need to have a rental license. Many of them is like they come to me and they say, it's like, I don't have a rental license, how do I go about getting that? So we provide them the links as to what they need to do. We try to explain to the tenants about what options they have and everything. So for that, it is myself and my co-worker who was not able to be here today, Juan Bertrami. He and I work very deep here in Baltimore City, helping tenants apply for the emergency rental assistance program here in the city, as well as for utility assistance and water assistance. We even help them for the food. So if you know of anybody who has these needs, let them know about our services, and we'll be more than happy to assist them. Thank you.
That thorough, huh?
Questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Yes.
I see a hand.
That question was
Wait.
can you get very loud. Well, it's not a question, it's just a request. Can you get like the flyers of your presentations?
I can email it to you and they can.
I have it.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Question?
Great presentation. I just remember seeing on one of the slides, you said there was Baltimore City Incubator Program.
Yes, the Baltimore City Incubator Program is through the Power Initiative, and that is for the real estate developers and also for anybody that is interested, or women interested in starting their own businesses.
But what's the incubator part of it? Like,
So it's through the coalition, and we're trying just to get women into construction and becoming developers. The incubator is just to get women into that field.
to be construction.
Construction, becoming developers, so they can start flipping all the available houses in West Baltimore.
Gotcha.
Any other questions? Susanna?
I just want to clarify, does the eviction prevention and tenant services, is that for Baltimore County, Baltimore City that you have, or only Baltimore City?
At the present time, we're only doing Baltimore City. We are trying to get into Baltimore County. We're not sure if we're going to be able to, but our program for eviction actually covers Baltimore City, Montgomery County, and Washington, D.C. So those are the three areas that we have right now.
Any other questions? Yeah.
No questions.
I think we're good. Thank you, ladies.
So this is the way it usually works, right? Customer comes into my office, wants to pay his bill, I do insurance. It was mandated, I would love to start a business. Or, hey, I would love to purchase a home. I call LEDC. When is your next meeting? And we all have customers like that. You know, we all touch the grassroots community. So that's what I love so much of Latino Providers Network, that you can always go to our site and say, hey, I heard that there is a program with Southeast CDC, LEDC, whomever, and get that resource to that person. So I think that
We're going to move to Angela's presentation.
so folks, he doesn't need presentation. I mean, he doesn't need us to say this is. He does not need an introduction.
I mean, there might be one person in the room who doesn't know who he is. So you should introduce him.
So, for those who don't know Mr. Angelo Solera, this is Angelo Solera, director, founder of Nuestras, Raices. If you have seen the parade, yeah, this is the guy. That's the parade guy. He is the parade guy. So, without further ado, I'm going to let him take over. And he's really good at this, so sit back, enjoy the presentation.
My name is Angelo Solera. Lights, please. So, before I was the founder and executive director of Nuestras, Raices, Inc., I was the executive director of the Latino Providers Network. So I've been around for a little while. Nuestras, Raices, Inc. is a cultural organization. We are not a social service organization. We don't do immigration. We don't do housing. We don't do employment. We don't do none of that stuff. Our mission is to educate, promote, and preserve the richness and diversity of the Hispanic Latino culture and artistic heritage throughout the Baltimore metropolitan region. When you talk about the Latino community, you're talking about a community composed of people who come from about 25 different countries, nations. Not neighborhoods, not communities, but actually countries. So there is a large diversity. Unfortunately, in the United States, in the news, local news, state news, national news, when we hear about the Latino community, we always hear about the same thing: illegal immigration. Mexicans coming to the border and they're coming and taking American jobs, and they can't read, and they don't speak English, and blah, 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 blah. Some of that is true. However, our community is much more than that. And that's why Nuestras Raices was created, to showcase the richness and diversity and the contributions that our community makes to this country, to the state, and to the city. So this is the board of directors. This is a community-based organization. Our board of directors is basically people from the community who are committed to the cause. This board of directors is not about looking good or looking good in the resume or anything like that. This is about work, because we got work to do. When you're a community-based organization, you have limitations. We don't have the know-how, we don't have the money, we don't have the resources that many of you have, so we have to be digging and trying to do with what we have. So you have Nicolas Machado, you have Lucia Islas, which is here with us today, taking pictures back there. We have Romero Marmolejos, which is also here with you today. We have Carlos Crespo, Ramon Cruzet, Misael Cortez, and Joali Islas. Some of you know these names. So our goal is to change the narrative and misconception about the Hispanic Latino community by showcasing the richness and diversity of our culture and an artistic heritage throughout the Baltimore and Baltimore region, which that's what I was talking about earlier. Also, to reconnect Latino U.S.-born children and their parents to their culture and heritage through educational programs. You know, a lot of people who've been in this country for 15, 20, 30, 40 years like myself, and they've been disconnected from their culture. They come to America, they raise their kids, they go to work, all they do is work, and take care of the kids. And they are totally disconnected from their culture. You also have U.S.-born children who speak English just like you or me. But if you look at them, you know they're Latino. They are U.S.-born, they are from Baltimore. There are thousands of children born in this city. And they have no clue who they are or where they come from. You know, they are home, they eat rice and beans and pupusas and tacos and listen to salsa, merengue, bachata, and then when they go to school, they speak English properly. And try to be Americans, but you can tell that they're Latino. So part of our goal is to reconnect them to their culture by showcasing cultural events. We have some objectives to accomplish that. Obviously, one of them is to provide educational and cultural workshops, conferences, seminars about the Hispanic Latino culture and artistic heritage. Develop a network of cultural associations, organizations, and folkloric groups to provide mentoring programs, professional and financial support. Just like in business, if you don't get educated, if you don't get funded, if you don't get assistance, you can't grow. In a cultural organization, you have to do basically the same thing. Because even though we are a nonprofit, 501c3, we are running this organization like a business. You need money to do the work that we do. And I don't care how passionate you are about your work, if you don't have money, you can't do the work. So you have to find a way to make money. So by empowering people in the community, you can do that. There are local folkloric groups right now in Baltimore City who are trying to carry the traditions of back home. That costs money. You have cultural organizations that are trying to organize cultural events. That costs money. But a lot of times the language and cultural barriers, so part of our mission is to empower them and to provide technical assistance. For example, how to become a 501c3. Not everyone knows that. How to apply for grants. How you can create a business out of culture. Organize an annual Latino Cultural Festival and the Parade of Latino Nations, which some of you have already experienced. This year, Sunday, October 9th, we'll have our 4th annual event. There are flyers and the tables, and we'll have the videos with this. They'll show you what that looks like. Develop a network of community partners, sponsors, foundations, and corporations to acquire financial support. So as a community-based organization, we have to network. We have to network not only with Latino organizations, but also non-Latino organizations. Because when you are a nonprofit, you have to look at resources in your local community because you have no choice. So you have to do it. Excuse me. Identify and apply for cultural grants to businesses, government foundations, and corporations. Last 10 days ago, we opened La Casa de la Cultura, which is coming up next, which is create La Casa de la Cultura, an educational, cultural, and empowering center to educate, promote, and preserve the races and diversity of the Hispanic Latino culture and artistic heritage. 10 days ago, we inaugurated the first Casa de la Cultura in the state of Nevada. You can clap if you want. This is pretty good. It's a pretty good accomplishment. The first one ever. And how do you do that with a small non-profit organization? There are ways. Well, there's the will is the way. And we have that. Now, don't ask me where the money is going to come to continue doing this work, but one thing at a time. La Casa de la Cultura is it's a unique place. It's a place where Latino culture can thrive. We are thinking about different things that we are going to be doing, like galleries and art shows and performances, and who knows? There's a lot of things you can do. So how we accomplish that is by focusing on education, arts and culture, community relations, businesses and fundraising, and marketing and social media. If you know anything about business, that's the business plan right there. Very simple, but this is very, very important for the work that we are trying to do. So now we have some pictures here of how this whole thing got started. So on your left, you have the first group that met in 2019. So you have in the back, next to the flag, you have David Rosario, much younger David Rosario, Carlos Crespo, Jesus Perez, Juan Núñez, Lucia Islas, and myself. That was 2019. We met at David Rosario, a business on Eastern Avenue, they found business to talk about creating this organization named Nuestras, Raices, Inc. The picture on the right is the first meeting that we have of the first board of directors of Nuestras, Raices, Inc. Some of the members are still with us and some of them have sort of moved on. So this is the first ever Fiesta Baltimore Latino Cultural Festival in Patterson Park in 2019. We had the first Parade of Latino Nations in Baltimore City. If you were there, you know what happened. There are videos, there are pictures on our website or our Facebook page that you can take a look at. But that's our first year, 2019. Then COVID hit, right? So here are with the officer Rivera down there on the back. This is, so we planned for Fiesta Baltimore #2. And then COVID-19 hit, so we had to cancel it. And what we did was, we did a caravan. So, because we were not going to cancel that event. So instead of having a parade, we had a caravan. So this is what happens 2020. This is Dia de los Muertos. You can tell everybody we're in mass. So we are definitely in COVID-19 time. This is last year. This is the main stage of Fiesta Baltimore #3. Patterson Park. Fiesta Baltimore is a cultural event. It's not a free market. It's not a health fair. It's a cultural event. Last year we had over 10,000 people who came to the event. And within Fiesta Baltimore, we always have the Latino Cultural Festival and the Parade of Latino Nations. So we also do COVID-19. Now you probably ask yourself, well, what is a cultural organization doing vaccines, right? Well, when they want to give you money to put together some vaccine clinics, and you're a non-profit organization, you might take that money. You already got the networks, you already know the people. I have a background in healthcare for over 25 years, so this is, we have put together over 20 vaccine clinics in the past couple of years through as an organization. Again, nothing to do with our mission, but have to do with finding the funds to do the work that we do. Those vaccine clinics pay for a lot of things that we need to do. So this is the celebration of 10 days ago at La Casa de la Cultura with Councilman Sicon and Councilman Ted Ramos. We got a little government citation. We wanted a check too, but the check didn't come. You notice as a non-profit, I'm always asking for money. Don't give me a paper, give me money, give me a check, because I need money to do the work that I need to do. Citations are very nice, but I already know I'm doing a good job. So So I don't need anybody to recognize, I just need some support and some assistance. So this was the celebration. It was 10 days ago. Some of you were there. It was an awesome experience, very overwhelming. This project took 6 months. The house that we are renting right now is the house owned by Southern United Methodist Church. It's located at 3403 Gulf Street, Gulf and Highland Avenue. And basically, we agreed with the church to rent us the house. We paid $1,400 a month for the house. But the house was closed for about a year, so there were some damages, what I call aquatic damages. So we actually got a we got a grant from France Merit Foundation to fix the house and to buy the office equipment that we needed to open up our offices. So that's how we make it happen. Again, you gotta be creative. You gotta think outside the box, and you gotta follow the dream. So here is cutting the ribbon of what it is. That's the entrance of La Casa de la Cultura. And this was coming out this year. Some of you have already seen this. Fiesta Baltimore, Sunday, October 9th, Latino Cultural Festival, and the Parade of Latino Nations. This is a free cultural event. It's free to attend as a civilian or as a person in the community. Now, if your organization, business, and nonprofit would like to participate, there is a fee because we have bills to pay. Since the event is for free, we have to charge somebody. So if your organization is going to get the opportunity to meet thousands of people in the community, then you have to pay for that. Again, thinking about how we can generate the funding that we need to do the work, because you may think this is very nice, but nobody's going to give you money just because you're doing nice things. You have to be creative, you have to figure ways to find the funding that you need. So this is some things that we have done in the community, the parade. This is the one on the bottom right here. It's inside of La Casa de la Cultura. Most of you are famous, of course, that we bring to the parades. This year we are preparing for another number 4, God willing, and it's going to be an exciting moment. And we have created a video for you to see what a festival looks like.
Event of the year. Nuestras, Raices Incorporated, a Latino cultural organization in Baltimore City presents Fiesta Baltimore, Sunday, October 9th, 2022. The most anticipated Latino cultural event of the year in the Baltimore metropolitan region will include the 4th annual Latino Cultural Festival in Patterson Park from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., where you can enjoy the great diversity and cultural richness, including music, folklore, dance, delicious food and crafts from Latin America. You can also enjoy the 4th annual Parade of Latino Nations in the heart of Highlandtown. The parade will begin at 1 p.m. at 4000 Eastern Avenue and will end at the Cultural Festival in Patterson Park. Participating in the parade will be schools, universities, cultural and community organizations, folk groups, and music bands representing all Latin America. There will also be flags, cars, floats, rodeo horses, and much more. If you need more information, want to participate in the cultural festival or the Parade of Latino Nations, promote your business or organization, sell Latino food and crafts, be a volunteer, or if you want to be a sponsor of the event, contact us at 443-224-7592. This is a free community and family event, open to the public, thanks to the financial support of the following sponsors.
Any questions?
I have a question back here.
Go ahead.
Hi, I just want to congratulate Nuestras Raices on the phenomenal work that narratives that are used to attack our community, we re-traumatize people. So you may want to revisit how you talk about the narrative around the Latino community. Also, I was American long before I moved to the United States. America is not just the United States. It's all of Latin America. Thank you.
You're welcome. Questions?
Questions, anyone? Questions? I guess you're good. Nobody has questions? Yeah.
Hector from South America. I saw the tents. Does it have to be a certain size or can it be any size?
So the space that we are renting is a 10 by 10 space, which will allow you to bring a tent 10 by 10 where you can have tables, a couple chairs. If you are an organization, a business, a nonprofit, you're trying to attend the event, you will have to bring your tent, a table, and chair because it might be hot, it might be raining, it might be whatever. So you want to have a place where you can provide information to your
Okay.
So we basically just provide the space for the organizations to come. We probably have 40 some food vendors, art vendors, nonprofits, for-profits. This event is not just for the Latino community, as you can tell. It's really open to everyone because part of our mission is to change the narrative. So we want to invite non-Latinos so they can expose and really experience the culture. So that day everybody's Latino really, and everybody's going to know. But it's really a free event. We don't sell alcohol because it's a community family event. So we don't really want any issue with people doing stuff they do, they drink. So, it's a really nice event, and the money that we generate from that is to pay for the event and also to continue the work that we're doing with Raices. And so that's why we're charging nonprofits, for-profits, businesses, because we need to pay for an event like this. This video right here is expensive. Oh, by the way, we create our own videos, if you wonder. Each event that we do, we create videos so we can show them later on or market them or whatever. But we are creating our own narrative by doing our own videos.
Any other questions? Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Pretty cool. So, what can I say? That parade showcases the Latino community in Baltimore City, which is what I enjoy. The showcase of what this community has done in Baltimore City. There's many of us who've been around for a very long time in this community. Seeing the work that the Latino community does when things get built, seeing the effort that the Latino community puts in for commercial, for the businesses, and to showcase them, it's wonderful to me. So that parade is really good. Thanks. So what we're going to do now, here's what we're going to do. There's a lot going on in the community.
There's a lot going on in the community. So I just wanted to follow up on something that we talked about if you were here last month. We talked about making some updates to the profile, the member profiles, and adding in if the staff member listed is bilingual or not, and also adding in the service areas that you provide service to. So please log on to your profile and update those fields for me, okay?
Awesome.
And now,
I wanted to just say one thing. If you are coming as a guest and just because you love the networking that we do and you want to take it to the next level, you can. You can concrete this relationship by getting online, becoming a member, and you can have more than one person join. I think it's 4, 5.
with an organizational membership, it is 4 people.
4 people. So your organization has LIRS knows well. You guys can bring in your team, and then they all can have that information. So for those who are coming in as guests, if you want to take it to the next level, do so. You know, it's a great organization to, you know, bring your information and network in the community.
And don't forget, our annual Hispanic Heritage Month celebration will be next month on September 26th at the Owings Mills Library of the Baltimore County Public Library. So you'll be getting details, but the event is open now, so if you're not currently a member, I encourage you to join. Number one, we follow up, join please. But if you want to attend our celebration as a guest, please register, all right? All right, and so unfortunately our other presenter didn't show up, so I'm not sure, we'll follow up with him and maybe we'll try to get him scheduled in an upcoming month. But who has announcements about what's going on with your organization in the community? If so, you can come line up right here and announce. I know there's stuff going on.
Come on, don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
There's a festival or two. There's a workshop. You know, it's awesome when the community gets to know the workshops because we get to know the workshops after the fact. So when the workshop is done, then they say, wow, look, what a great workshop. Yeah, well, we didn't know. So I think the bold and the
Come over here, Gina. Gina will be brave to come up here. Come on, Gina.
Hello, everybody. As I mentioned, I work for the Baltimore State Health Department, and as you heard from Angela too, you know, we are promoting vaccination. Now we have vaccines for little ones as well, and we're looking for organizations that want to become a host site for an event. We have some funds to bring some resources, you know, other than the vaccination, you know, a DJ or, you know, food or something like that, to make it a community event. And we're particularly looking in areas of the city where there's low vaccination, which, you know, for the most part, you can go to the west side and there's low vaccination rates. South Baltimore still needs more. East Baltimore, not so much Southeast Baltimore, but East Baltimore and North Baltimore. So if your organization would like to talk to us about maybe bringing a vaccination event, or doesn't have to be vaccination at the site, but it could be a vaccination promotion event. If you already have an event going on and you want to add us as part of the lineup, or if you have a group that meets and we would like for us to bring information, anything that has to do with vaccination in Baltimore City, please let me know, contact me, we can talk and we can get going, we can organize something nice for the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Mr. Bailey. Front and center.
Hi, my name is Jay Baylor. I'm the Referral Development Manager for the Helping Up Mission Center for Women and Children. And y'all are probably familiar with the men's centers that opened since 1885. But in March, we opened the Women's Center. And so we're receiving women right now who desire to participate in a year-long spiritual recovery program. We have an amazing new facility that we would love to invite you to come and visit. If you love, come over lunch. We have a great kitchen, and we'd love to treat you to lunch if you want to come and visit over lunchtime. So if you, we're open for business. We have lots of capacity. We right now have 50 women in our building, and we have capacity for 100 right now. About this time next year, we'll be receiving women with children. We're beginning to receive women who are expecting, so we're excited that women who would be able to have their babies and come right back into the program with their babies next year. So if you'd like to have a tour, let me know. Talk to me before you leave. I'd love to set something up with you.
Thank you. Come on over. I come in from the same organization, Helping Up Mission. Jay gave us some information about the program that we have for the women. So of course we have for the men too. Just to give you some information, we have some openings, positions. I work at a human resource. So if you're looking for mobile jobs or you have a friend who's looking for a job, we have a part-time adult education tutor, part-time food service coordinator, and a part-time program assistant. If you want some extra money to the side, we have different schedules open. You can visit our web page and get more information. What is the need? What you're supposed to do in each field. If you have any questions, I'm going to be around at the end, and I have my business card. I'm welcome to give you some. Thank you so much.
Our good friend Barry Graham is coming up next. Hey, Barry.
Hey, good. Yeah, I had to come up. I noticed that we had a lot of new people out here today, and I haven't been here in about a couple of years now. I'm with Google Industries, and I had a program that's called Buena Alianza. Okay, it's a workforce development program for Latinos. Okay, so if anybody's looking for a job, needs a job, whether they just speak Spanish or they're bilingual, definitely contact me. I left some flyers on the back there. It says Buena Alianza. They're in Spanish on one side and English on the other side. I'm bilingual. And I do want to introduce one of my partners. She says, stand up, Jazz. Got Jasmine Alta. She's from Peru, and she just joined my team about a month and a half ago. So we got support, and I just want to highlight a couple of things that we're looking for. Any of the young people that come out of high school that want to look for a career or something like that, right? And don't want to go to college, they can't go to college, okay? We have a free, I'm going to say it again, free pharmacy tech program, okay? This pharmacy tech program costs you about maybe $12,000 on the outside, okay? We do it in like 16 weeks, okay? We do 12 weeks of study time, Monday through Thursday, and then we'll do the clinicals in the CVS store. Okay, so again, it's free. Okay, we have another program, our CNA program, that we teamed up with Baltimore City Community College. Okay, that's a 12-week course. Only about half a day, we take it, and then again, we'll do clinicals at the end. Okay, we can't get enough people to sign up for these kind of programs. And I'm telling you, it's free. And one more program I'm going to tell you about, we work with the building trades. If you know any young kids coming out of high school, or you want to change their job, we're teaching them plumbing, electricity, sprinkler systems, HVAC, air conditioning. Okay, we do 3 programs a year. Okay, and the way it works out is that we have the AFL-CIO brings their people in to teach the classes as a pre-apprenticeship for 3 weeks. And then you go into a paid apprenticeship, okay? I just had 4 gentlemen that graduated from the electrical apprenticeship. 2 from Peru, 1 guy from El Salvador, and 1 guy right here in Liberty, Maryland, okay? They started out, they were only making $14 an hour when they first started, the first year. They are all guaranteed $35 to $40 an hour today, okay? So we still can't get enough people to join these programs. You just got to have English and be able to pass the math test. Okay, so anybody needs to ask me any questions afterwards, I have flyers, I have cards, business cards, and I'll pass them out.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Aisha. This is my first time here. This is an amazing event, so I'm really happy that I attended. I'm with Behavioral Health. We are a nonprofit organization. I just wanted to share about our I-Promise program. Our I-Promise program works with students K to 12th grade. We offer emotional support and educational support. A lot of our families are immigrant families or Australians or refugee families, so we offer the emotional support piece, and we also offer, peaceful support, educational support to the parents, and we have a lot of workshops. So just this past summer, we worked with about over 30 Latino families, and we just provided a great summer experience for them, ways for them to remain grounded to their culture. I got the gentleman who mentioned that. I think that's very important. When it comes to the place, do activities
and you want to do things that still connect you to your culture. So we definitely want to support that mission. So we created the summer program for that. We had over maybe 50 students, different Latino communities within Baltimore, and they really enjoyed themselves. So today is this is our last week for our summer program, but we're currently enrolling for our fall program. So in the fall, the students will receive tutoring, homework support, additional ESOL support for those students who are still in ESOL. We have bilingual core workers and tutors and just an array of different services for the students just to offer our support in that way. So right now we are enrolling, and we just want to partner with other organizations who have access to students who could benefit from the program. So if you guys have any follow-up questions, I'll be right back there at that table. I have flyers, and just come up to me, let me know, and that's all. Thank you, guys.
Hello there. Hi, good afternoon again, everybody. My name is Leo Regaza. I'm here on behalf of Maryland Consumer Rights Coalition, and is also my first time here. And basically, what my organization does, we pretty much focus in the defense of rights of consumers in the state of Maryland. And when I say consumers, I mean people who have medical debt, people who are struggling with landlord-tenant issues, and people who has been also having hard time having access to housing, basically. And so I also have some information that I would like to pass along. My idea of being here is pretty much to build bridges with each one of you and establish a referral mechanism. The main program that right now we're focusing is the renters and homeowners tax credit, which is a state program that somehow it shouldn't be confused with rental assistance, but it provides credits, and by credit I mean money back to renters and homeowners that qualify. So we are trying to promote that because unfortunately that information is not available in the community, and it is very impressive how people are surprised when you talk about these resources that are available there. We also try to provide resources to older adults. So anyways, I definitely welcome the possibility to reach out to you and learn from your organization as well, and so hopefully we can be together helping the community.
Thank you so much. All right, Lee.
Hi everyone, I'm Lee Scrum with Cash Campaign of Maryland. First I want to see how many people here know someone who drives for Uber, Lyft, or who is a hairdresser, freelances. Okay, that's good. So you know someone who can benefit from tomorrow's workshop that we're offering. It's in Spanish, it's en Puestos y sus Negocios. And the point of this workshop is tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Zoom. You can register through mdcashacademy.org. And what we want to do is, talk a lot about entrepreneurship, but we never talk about how to not get in trouble with the IRS. And at Cash, we do a lot of free tax prep, and we want to educate entrepreneurs on how to file their taxes. There's different dates you have to be aware of, how much money to put aside when tax season comes, you're not in trouble, you have that money set aside. So tomorrow's workshop, again, at 5 p.m. on Zoom, on our website called mdcashacademy.org. They can sign up, and it's in Spanish, so you can share with all those people you know so they can be aware and take advantage of any tax credits, deductions that they may be eligible for that they're not taking advantage of right now.
Thank you, Whitney. Come on up.
Hello, I'm Beverly Purnell, as mentioned earlier, and I'm from Thread, and this is Astra Wells, and we work with young people ages 14 to 25 from 6 different public high schools in Baltimore City. We're going to have a resource and employment fair at 145 South Alberton on September 28th, and rain date for 29th is open to the broader community.
And prior to that resource event, we're also looking to get additional volunteers. Right now, we just enrolled a new cohort of young people at Patterson, Rebel, and Douglas. So right now, right in our high school community, we have about 500 young people that need additional support. So if anyone has a specialty in immigration services, translation, we would love to have you, just to better our personal resources. I'm sorry, and that's going to be September 8th via Zoom. If you have any questions, I have cards. Feel free to find me afterwards.
Thank you. Last but not least, come on up.
Hello everyone, my name is Heidi Cruz and I'm coming from Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Services. I wasn't prepared for this, first time, more to come. We are in need of foster parents at this moment. Our mission is to provide food, education, medication to the unaccompanied children that come to the border. From Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, we have our doors open also for the Ukrainian little ones, and many others. We are partnering with Kennedy Krieger Institution. We have some flyers on the table. They're the ones in charge of getting our first parents registered and licensed to help these little ones to have a stay home until we actually place them with their sponsors, parents, or any family members who will be taking care of them afterward. There are some flyers on the table, like I said. First time that we are here. I hope that you guys can take the flyers and pass them on within your organization for parents to come. We actually need a lot. Last number I heard, I don't know, we have over 5,000 unaccompanied children on the border that needs to be placed. So we're working very hard to get these houses and licensed so these children can have a place to stay. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Is that 5,000 in Baltimore?
No, Texas.
Texas? Wow. So, you've heard what's going on in the community. You've heard the resources that is available. So what you need to do is you need to network. Maybe what you provide helps someone else. I don't have to have all these hats on to do everything. Cindy doesn't have to have that all the hats on. But in this room alone, we have so much resources to help the Latino community. And not just the Latino community, look, it starts with the Latino community, right? But where do we live? We live in Baltimore City. Rich community, not just Latinos. We make communities better. We make communities better.
Absolutely. Well, so your homework, if you will, is don't leave this meeting without getting a business card of someone that you can partner or work with on something that you're trying to accomplish.
Agreed.
All right. So everyone have a great rest